Welcome to Quiet Flame. This is Sweet Serenity, a story about healing, awakening, and learning to love yourself again. Each chapter is a reflection of one woman's journey toward peace, purpose, and spiritual renewal. Take a breath. Let your heart be still. The light within you knows the way. Chapter 4, The Dark Night of the Soul. Life had become a quiet kind of ache for Simone. She hadn't asked to be swept away, only to be left standing in the wreckage of what she thought was love. For a long time, she had been content. Sweet Serenity was flourishing, her children were thriving, and peace had finally settled over her life like a warm blanket. But Miles had changed that. He had appeared, disarmed her, made her believe in something tender and wild, and then disappeared, leaving behind only questions and echoes. Now, every day felt like a performance. She rose, dressed, smiled, and managed the bakery, but inside, she was unraveling. The vibrant, self-assured woman she once was had faded into someone she barely recognized, a ghost moving through her own life. Her staff noticed it first. Friends noticed next. Even her twins, calling from college, could hear the heaviness in her voice. Miles, meanwhile, seemed untouched by the silence he'd left behind. Against her better judgment, Simone followed him on social media. There he was, smiling at dinners, laughing with friends, traveling, thriving. Each photo was a dagger wrapped in charm. How can he look so happy while I can barely breathe? Late one night, unable to sleep, she scrolled through his feed again, tears slipping silently down her cheeks. "How could you do this to me?" she whispered to the dark. "I never asked for this." When she finally fell asleep, her pillow was damp with grief. A few days later, her friend Jasmine walked into Sweet Serenity, concern etched across her face. "Simone," she said softly, leading her to a quiet corner. "We need to talk." Simone's shoulders slumped. "I don't know what to do, Jazz. I was happy before Miles came along. Now I wake up every morning and wish I could skip the day." Jasmine squeezed her hand. "Honey, you're going through what's called the dark night of the soul." Simone blinked. "The what?" "It's a spiritual transformation," Jasmine explained gently. "Everything that once made sense falls apart so your soul can rebuild. It hurts, but it's healing you. It's burning away what isn't true so you can rise as who you really are." Simone's tears spill freely now. "It just hurts too much." "I know it does," Jasmine said, "but this isn't the end of you. It's the becoming." The words stayed with Simone, echoing long after her friend left. Days blurred together. She went through the motions at the bakery, smiled for customers, laughed when she had to, but the color had drained from her world. The oven still glowed, but her joy had cooled. One evening, as she closed up shop, she paused at a photo of her twins on her phone. Marcus and Maya, radiant and carefree. A pang of guilt pierced through her fog. They deserve the best of me, not what's left of me. That night, she made a decision. She reached out to Jasmine again, and together they began to rebuild her routine. Meditation in the mornings, journaling at night, long walks without her phone. The small habits didn't erase the pain, but they gave it shape. Something she could hold instead of something that held her. When the ache didn't lift, Simone did something she'd never done before. She asked for help. Dr. Collins' office smelled faintly of chamomile and old books. Therapy was hard, vulnerable, but it was also the first time in months Simone felt safe enough to tell the truth. Not just about Miles, but about the wounds that came before him. The sessions peeled back layers she hadn't realized she still carried. Beneath the heartbreak was a lifetime of silence and survival. The buried trauma of men who had hurt her long before she knew what love was supposed to mean. At 6, she had been violated by men who should have protected her. Her half-brother's father, a stepfather, shadows from a past she'd locked away. At 18, that betrayal was repeated by those she thought were friends. She had buried it all, covering it with success, motherhood, laughter, and strength. But Miles's sudden disappearance had torn open the vault. Through tears and trembling breaths, Simone faced the truth. Her love for Miles had been deeper than romance. It had been a plea for safety, for validation, for the kind of love that didn't vanish when she reached for it. Dr. Collins' voice was steady, never pitying. "This isn't about Miles," she said gently. "This is about you finally seeing the part of yourself that still needed healing." It hurt like hell, but it was the kind of hurt that led somewhere. Simone wept, raged, forgave, and began again. Slowly, she started to understand that her worth had never been measured by someone else's attention. She wasn't broken, just unfinished. Weeks passed. The bakery's rhythm returned. Simone's smile began to reach her eyes again. She still missed Miles, but the ache had softened into something else. Not regret, but release. She was becoming herself again, not the version defined by pain or perfection, but the woman who had survived both. And for the first time in months, she felt ready, not to love again, but simply to live. Simone's reflection. Healing doesn't look like forgetting. It looks like remembering without breaking. It's learning to love yourself loud enough that silence can't drown you anymore. As Simone closes her journal, the page feels lighter, her heart a little clearer. Each reflection brings her closer to the peace she once searched for in others. This moment, this stillness, is her sweet serenity. Until the next chapter, keep your light burning softly.